King of the height of the side, a beauty that you cannot deny. Oh, I love the Serengeti as I watch the sunrise. No matter where you're coming from, there's so much drink fast on. Africa, yeah, Mama Africa. So much you don't look at, so much you can invest. Can't even look back. Africa is the best. So much you don't look at, so much you can invest. Can't even look back. Africa is the best. Free Ethiopia, Mama Kubulan. Africa's mine and forever. Free Ethiopia, Mama Kubulan. Africa's mine and forever. No matter where you're coming from, there's so much drink fast on. Africa, yeah, Mama Africa. So much to look at, so much you can invest. Can't even look back. Africa is the best. Free Ethiopia, Mama Kubulan. Africa's mine and forever. Free Ethiopia, Mama Kubulan. Africa's mine and forever.
Hello, 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 and welcome everyone back to the Lizzabitty Show. Now, I know I have not been live, but thank you. Thank you for joining me today. Before our guest joins us, I wanted to go through some things about Madagascar, some things that it's likely you possibly do not know. Okay? So, yeah, I'm excited to see you folks who are here. Um, I know that we have some people who probably would come in, hence why we had the long intro to get everyone excited and all of this good stuff about what we're getting ready to do here. So I am still actually waiting for my guest to click in on the link so we can truly, I'm sorry, I'm looking here, get started. I don't want to miss if she sends me a message. So I will put my phone right here. How is everyone today? I know it's early. I know it's early, but keep in mind the time difference between where you are, where I am, and where she is. So that's why we have the show a little bit earlier. So those of you who will catch the replay, I thank you. I thank you. I think I got a message. Let me see. Let me see. No, that's not a message. It's someone else sending something. Okay. All right. Okay. Let's see here. Awesome. Awesome. I have my trusted moderator here, Sister Synovia. And we have Kayana in here. Thank you for joining me. And we have a few other lurkers who are around and they're not saying anything. So we don't want you to be too bashful, okay? But we are going to get started. Let's go ahead and get started on our discussion here. Hello, African United Force. How are you, dear? We are actually going to go ahead and get started about some things that maybe you have not known about Madagascar. As you know, Madagascar sits off to the east of Tanzania. It is close to the Comoros Islands. All right. So let's get into some good facts on the show today. How about that? Let's get into some facts. So here we go. Fact number one. Fact number one. Madagascar is the world's fourth largest island. So it's up there with Greenland. What is it? New Papua Guinea, and I can't think of the other. Chalk it up to my seniority. So yeah, so she's the fourth largest island. All right. Number two, awesome wildlife. Now you may be saying to yourself, what kind of wildlife are we talking about? Well, why don't I show you some? Yeah, look at that. Look at that. Okay. The lemurs. They also have the fossa, which they look like to me, the fossa, they look like a version of baby, what do you call those things? It eludes my mind. Okay. I'm sorry. It's a lot going on. It's a lot going on. Okay. So that is another fact. Let's see some of the comments before we get to the next fact here. Okay. So another fact here. Another fact about Madagascar. Madagascar is home to some of the most luxurious lodges in the world. As you know, a lot of the countries have lodges where people take can take safaris or they can do what they call ecotourism. So if you're familiar with ecotourism, a lot of times different countries they would make these lodges. So Madagascar is home to some of the most luxurious lodges in the world. Okay? Yes. So one thing that they still do, I think you're going to find this very intriguing. Very intriguing. Okay? Um Now, I didn't visit this when I was there. However, excuse me, I dropped my ink pen and I'll need that. 1 second. 1 second, okay? All right, so I didn't experience this personally, but just from the short time that I was there, and here you go. I think you're going to find this really, really funny. Fact number 4, bare knuckle fighting. So who remembers like Fight Club and all of this stuff? Yeah? Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to go to the comments and see what you guys are saying. Okay, so we have Lena. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So another fun fact about Madagascar. The people are called malagasies. Malagasies. Isn't that unique? I think it's unique. Now maybe it's my own um, eclectic personality, but I think that is unique. Okay? Okay? Yeah. So another fact. Another fact. While we're still awaiting our guest. Okay? Madagascar was a French colony. It was a French colony. Uh huh. Uh huh. Uh huh. Uh huh. Uh huh. So, in terms of agriculture and things that um, aid the company in terms of being exported so they can bring in money into the country, they do have a unique set of products that they export. Yes. And so I'll give you one. Fact number what? 7. Fact number 7. Here we go. Many of their plants are used in cancer treatment. In cancer treatment. Yes. So if you didn't know that, that's something you can put into your repertoire. Yes. Yes. Okay. Now we're going to get into fact number 8. I'm actually going through these faster than what I thought. However, we're still waiting for my guest. Okay, let's go. Fact number 8: 2/3 of the world's vanilla fields are in Madagascar. And something you probably notice if you use vanilla when you're cooking, not vanilla essence. We're not talking about the essence, we're talking about pure vanilla. Pure vanilla is expensive. I use it personally when I make my candied yams. I like the pure vanilla, and I um, get a brand that is no matter where I've purchased this brand from, be it here in the States, other places. It is expensive. It is very pricey. It is very, very pricey. If you want the real stuff, not the essence, but if you want the real stuff, yes, it is very pricey. Okay? So let's go over here to the comments. Okay, so Mr. Untouchable said, "Oh, good morning, good morning, good morning." And Synovia says, "I did not know that. It seems like they are on where they are. I guess it's because you don't know much about it." True. Yes, 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 yes. No, they were colonized by the French. No. Do you mean you said colorized or colonized? I'm sorry, Synovia. Can you repeat that, please? I'm sorry, I didn't catch that. Another fact, even though I don't have that um on my list here. So what historians have contended about Madagascar is that it took humans on Earth more than 300,000 years to discover it. Okay? That is what they say. No, they're not. No, they're not. No, they're not. They're not Zenobia. They're not. They are not. And here is a picture of people walking in. Let me take off the banner here. But yeah, look at that view. Isn't that view something? That view is something. Now check out this view. I'm sure where my guest is because now we are 16 minutes in. Look at this. Look at this view. Look at this view. For some of you who may not specifically know exactly where Madagascar sits on the map, let's have a look here. Okay? Yeah, it sits to the east. To the east. To the east. And you know their population, they have more people than Australia. They have more people than Australia. Okay? Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Mhm. Yes. So, okay. I'll bring the camera back on to Lizzabitty. And let's see. Again, I'm waiting for my guest. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Synovia says, what is the weather like there and what are the requirements to move there? So these are some questions that I was going to ask my guest because she's lived there for quite some time. She's lived there for quite some time. Let me send her a message and see exactly what's going on. We had lots of questions for people, but do know that the AL1 there is French. So you know the countries that the French colonized, just as let's say the Portuguese, you have those countries. Um, so their AL1 language will be that of the colonizer. It is what it is for the bulk of them anyway. Okay, so let me send her a message and see what's keeping her. Give me 1 second. Okay, I'll send her a message. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Anyway, how is everyone doing today? I know that Lizzabitty has not been on. However, I have been dropping some nuggets here, just as Mr. Untouchable said. You saw the Alwasso Dome. He's calling it a stadium, but that's called the Alwasso Dome. hmm It looks more like something similar to how Greeks and Romans would use those stadium types of things for fighting. Okay, Angie Silva says, "What part of the country is experiencing famine?" I don't know right now, Angie. But I do know that they have experienced some of that as well. I can't tell you at this moment which part. But I definitely wanted to ask that of my guests coming in. I definitely wanted to ask that of her coming in, but I've sent her a message and she has not responded as of yet. So, okay. So let's see. Let's see. Hello, the diaspora channel. How are you, darling? How are you? How are you? And Zenobia says, since it's not connected to Africa, why is it considered to be Africa? You know, now that is a great question. Now, here's what's interesting. an interesting tidbit about Madagascar is that they had a lot of Indians who would come from that area and to populate the island. But the only thing that I could per se attribute it to is the close proximity to it. Look how close it is. Um, it's almost like if you look on the map, and let's go back to the map over here. Remember, I had the map up, so here we go. You see how close it is right there from um, Mozambique, Tanzania, Zambia. You see how it sits off right there. So that's the only thing that I could actually say is because of how close that it sits. Okay, it's very diverse. So, but that's a great question. That is a great question. I guess it's not responding. My guest is not responding. Let me turn it back here. Let's see what we got. Okay. So, if you look at the proximity, it's closer to Mama Alkebulan than it is to Asia. So I would attribute it to that. But what's interesting though, considering it is the fourth largest island, and when you think about Australia and how Australia sits, and Australia is considered to be its own continent, it does make you wonder some things. Yeah, it does. It does. Now, if you recall, when the panorama came about, Madagascar had embarked upon something that they considered to be, um, what's the word we're going to use? You have to be real strategic about your words over here. Okay, um, remedy, and it was sent to other countries on the continent. I believe Guinea got some. Um, I want to say Gabon and somewhere else on the continent when they were pushing it, or was it Tanzania? Maybe Tanzania was the third country that was receiving some of that, and it was done from um, the herbs, etc., etc. So yeah, yes, 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 yes. Oh yeah, I do too. I do too. I've sent her message, but she has not responded. Last we talked was last night, so maybe something is going on. We may have to reschedule. Um, because I have those response, and we're 23 minutes in. 23 minutes in. I am sorry if I have wasted your time. That was not my intent. However, I have a lot of videos that I have got to edit and upload just from the expo. You know, what I had said previously on one of the videos that I had released, premiered, and someone was asking me which one of the African nations was the best, and I gave it two. I gave you Rwanda and Uganda. Well, those two have been put to second and third place. There is a new front runner, baby. There is a new front runner, and she goes by the name of Angola. She goes by the name of Angola. Oh my goodness. Angola, I was blown away. Blown away, pleasantly surprised. Yeah, yes. Angola. Angola is out here in these streets. Okay? Heavy. Heavy, 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 heavy. Okay, so it's interesting that oh, again, those two were my tops. And now when I think about how it all played out now, no. Angola got it going on. Now, the last time I was in Angola was 2013, 2014, late 2013, early 2014. Um, but their pavilion, their program lineup, let me tell you something. They were out there getting it, dancing, and honey, they was having a good time. It was nice. Their pavilion is awesome sauce. Again, I was not expecting it at all, at all, at all, at all, at all. So once I finish editing, I have a lot of footage I need to edit. Um, I will upload it and you will see. Another one, I wouldn't say I was pleasantly surprised, but it was unique how they had the setup, how you entered. It was Algeria. It was Algeria. Yeah, there. It looked. It reminded me as I was going into. Let's see, this her. One of those movies where it's like. No, that's not her. Like dark movies. You know, it was interesting. It was interesting. I mean, it doesn't even make it into the top five, but it was interesting. Okay. Yes, you will. You'll see it, Shinovia. You will see it in the title. Diago Mate. I invite you guys to Mozambique. Yes, I have been to Mozambique. I have not been there recently. Yeah. Where are you, Diago, in Mozambique? Tell us. We're listening. Where are you in Mozambique? Now we'll have to change my thumbnail. Let me go. I need to change my thumbnail. I'm just gonna call it Madagascar Facts is what I will call it. Um Let me go here now. I'll have to change my thumbnail. Only because um it seems that I guess it's delayed and is not going to show up. So um yeah, I don't have any messages from her. Something must have gone awry. As I said, we spoke last night. But yes, it's really I wanted to make sure that on that particular um visit that I was seeing um everything from the African continent. That's what I wanted to do. So that's what my intent was the entire time, was to make sure that I see everything from the African continent. And that's what I did. So before we proceed on, I'm going to show you a quick, I think this is an 8-second video. So let's go to the video. All right, we're going to pan in. And that was it. I told you it was 8 seconds. It wasn't huge at all. It wasn't huge at all. So I'm going to I need to change my thumbnail because I have her picture there, and just call it we would just call it Madagascar discussion. Madagascar discussion, okay? Let's go back up and see your comments. I know, right? Just a few. So anyway, we are 29 minutes in. Since we're here, I know it's early. That's why we have no watchers. If there's something you want to know, go ahead and ask it, and we'll come. We'll give it 30 more minutes because I normally don't like to be on here longer than an hour. I don't like to hold up people's time. People have other channels that they like to watch, etc., etc. So if there's something you would like to know, who is in the chat, bring it about. While you're doing that, do know that I'm going to be changing my thumbnail. So that's what I'm working. As you ask, I am going to multitask while I do that. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Yes, car. Let's trash that. Let's see. Let's see. Black Tropical Homestead. Hello, how are you? Thank you for joining us today. We were waiting for our guest. Our guest has not shown up, so we're just having open banter. Black's Tropical Homestead. Why don't you tell us about yourself? Change the color to red. All right, there we go. Okay. Okay, I got a new thumbnail. I had to make a new thumbnail. No, I've been there. So Novi, I've been there. Black Tropical Homestead says we are tropical fruit growers in Savannah. Oh, wow. Okay. Oh, you did. Thank you. I thought your name looked familiar. I thought your name looked familiar. Okay. Yes. Yes. Okay. My sister Synovia here is in Georgia. Synovia here is in Georgia herself. Yup. Yeah, she's in Georgia. Yes, indeedy. Okay, now let me change. I'm changing the thumbnail, so just bear with me right now. Then I will save it. And I had to change the title as well. So it was quite some time ago. You're gonna laugh at me when I tell you my experience. What I experienced there was some of the largest bugs I've ever seen in my life. Synovia, some of the largest bugs I have ever seen in my life. Okay? Understand? Yes, 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 yes. So anyway, yeah, yeah, yeah. Listen, I was not ready. I was not ready. I was not ready. And I really had no expectations because I didn't know much about Madagascar, kind of like what you said, Sonovia, when we first started. And so I had no preconceived notions about the place and yeah. I had no idea what the people would look like. This was a long time ago. A long time ago. So I had no idiosyncrasies about the place. But honey, when I saw some of those bugs, ooh, hold on. How can you be a homesteader and be afraid of bugs? Come on now. Black's Tropical Homestead. That's oxymoronic. That is oxymoronic. But I will tell you this. So some of the scenery, just like I've shown you here, I mean they have some picturesque scenes. That is true. This is true, true, true. True, true, true. They have some very picturesque scenes. Again, here's a lemur. Okay. Yeah. And so one thing that you probably didn't know, I know that you all maybe you've seen that cartoon movie called Madagascar. Um, what you will note is that Madagascar does not have all those types of animals that you saw in that cartoon movie. That's not true. That is not true. Okay. So just so you know, I know that they showed that in the film, but you're not going to go there and see all of those animals that you saw in that cartoon. Not happening. I think they did that to make it more, what is the word? To make it more inviting in terms of the film. Even though their ecosystem is huge in terms of the amount and diverse range of animals, trees, all this stuff that it has, it doesn't have those. That's why they are truly trying to increase their ecotourism because of that. And with ecotourism comes a lot of study. Now, again, there's positives, pros and cons to everything. There's pros and cons to everything, but a lot that comes along with ecotourism is study. Okay, so Miss PLC, hello, Cape Town, watching Cape Town. We need to have you on the show, Miss PLC. When you coming on the show? So we can talk about Table Mountain and all of that. When are you gonna come on the show? Yeah, I have no message. I believe something happened because, as I said, we spoke last night, so I'm quite surprised. I'm quite surprised that she has not shown up. I hope that everything is okay, though. I mean, things happen. That does concern me. But anyway, yeah. So Miss PLC, we need you to come on the show and do all of this. Okay. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna do. I'm probably going to cut this video and start another one. I don't know if you all. This is separate. I wanted to do a video about this, and then that way I wouldn't have to edit. But if I go live, I won't have to edit. And I already talked to Sly about showing this video of his. You folk got a mess going on over there in America. You all got a mess going on. I think I'm going to end this and start another one. But you all got a mess going on. Ooh, True. I don't know what to say. I don't. Listen, I'm going to be doing a lot of traveling here up until the end of the year. Please be sure to follow my journey. I had some film, a lot of footage from this last visit to Turkey. However, when I moved my files over, something happened I don't know what I did. Some of the files became corrupted, and that's why you only see drive-bys. You know why? Because I had one file there and some that were on my phone. So, but that was on my GoPro. I don't know what I did. I think maybe I pulled the cord too fast before the transfer, and maybe it caused something to become corrupt. I can't really say. But yeah, you all got a mess going on. I think I'm going to end this and I'm going to go live because I want to talk about the mess that you all got going on. So join me back here shortly. Now listen, I'm not going to go in. I promise you, I'm going to be real. I'm going to be as nice as I can. Okay? And Black Tropical Homestead says, this mess here is why we are homesteaders. Mm-mm. Oh, yeah, I understand that. We raise our own meat, and I've learned how to make our products. Yes. Are you familiar with the Homestead Heart, the couple? I follow them. The husband and the wife. They do a lot of canning and stuff. Are you familiar with them? You should go and check them out. I don't know if you follow their channel. They're awesome. It's a husband and wife. They are awesome. Awesome sauce, okay? Yes, they are. So, I'm going to end this. I'm going to start back up a new show. Okay? I don't want to confuse the two. But we need to have a talk. Yes, we do. But thank you all for tuning in. I'm sorry. I hope that I can get her in here because I had a lot of questions here that will bring some insight. One, to people who don't mind learning French, or if they already speak French. Some of the Francophone countries do have a lot to offer. I know that most of us feel like, coming from America, that we have an aversion to language because they took a lot of the languages out of the schools, et cetera, et cetera. But some of them have a lot to offer, and we're going to miss out. It's like places like Gabon. Yeah, we're going to miss out. We're going to miss out. And if you follow my sister's channel here, she's right here. She's right here. If you follow her channel, she is from Togo herself, okay, and she does speak French. Mm-hmm. She has some great guests on her show. Now, I don't know where she sources her guests from, but she has some good guests. Yeah, so if you're ever on my community tab, be sure to look at when I'm sharing her videos with some of her guests. But this sister right here, the Diaspora channel, she is putting the sauce on it, okay? And she's so meek. Unlike myself. I love that. I love that. I love that. I love that. She is so meek. But I'm going to end this video. I'm going to come right back because I'm getting ready to go in on you folks sitting over there in America, because y'all got a mess going on. You all got a mess going on. Oh, Diaspora channel, she says people need to be, yes, totally. I totally agree. I totally agree. And it's similar to like when you go to Senegal, because you can speak Wolof and French there. So if people say, okay, well, I don't want to learn French, okay, well, learn Wolof. And they also speak Wolof in the Gambia. I'm just saying. Look at my bro here. Now listen. He is always coming in here, making his videos with and teasing people. I don't like him anymore. I'm gonna tell your wife I don't like y'all anymore. You all flexing on as the people say, you flexing on the gram, you flexing on YouTube. Okay, what? So she says maybe they may not want to live there, but true, true. Totally, I totally agree. But we have a thing, especially some of those who are more progressive in our thought. It comes about when we think about France and the treachery. Let me say that. So a lot of us will be. I mean, I'm not even gonna lie. I'm one of them. I would prefer to learn the language of the indigenous than, even though I recognize that a vast amount of continental Africans that are on the continent, they do speak French. All of that. So yeah. So I'm going to end this. I'm coming right back. Now watch this title. Watch this title when I come back. You all have a good one. And thank you for coming in while I have my mask on. It is for a reason. Okay? My shoe fa. All right? Oh, hold on. The music helped me to pick up a lot. Yes, of course. That is very important too. And a good point that you brought about. That's a good point. And my sister says, you are welcome, darling. You are welcome. You are welcome. You are welcome. Agreed. That's why the Diaspora channel said what she said. Yes, that's why she said what she said when you're talking about investing. Mm-hmm. That's why she was saying that. She's very insightful, I'm telling you. Mm-hmm. Okay, we're going to end the live here. Thank you for joining. Lizzabitty is out. I'll be right back. Peace.